I'm excited to chat about Zillow and Zillow Flex and what that is. So we're just going to dive right in, and I'm just going to ask you guys, what the heck is Zillow Flex? And I guess let's start with Bill.
Yeah, first of all, we should probably say that if you happen to be on our YouTube channel and you're expecting to hear about real estate and what the real estate market is like, and you're a buyer or seller or whatever, this video is probably not for you. Yeah. This video is for those who are maybe in the business or thinking about getting into the business and want to know how to build their lives, their book of business, and their and how to do well in real estate. So we'll start there.
Great.
How to do well in real estate. One thing that you definitely need if you expect to do well, and if you expect to do anything at all in real estate, at least making a living, and that's you're going to need leads. You really can't. It's really hard to build a business just with your mom and dad and your family and friends and people like that. So, or you can do some, but it's probably not going to be enough for you to make a decent living. If you are able to get leads and leads that have high intent to convert into clients, then you stand a much better chance of doing well. And that's what Zillow has always given us. Not just Zillow Flex. We'll talk about what Zillow Flex is in a minute, but Zillow has always been an amazing lead source because it's it is the most popular, most highly trafficked real estate website in the world or in the country. Yep. But I don't know about the world.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Europe?
Possibly. I'm sure there's somebody in China probably owns the real estate world in China, but it's not Zillow. But in America, it's definitely the biggest, and by a long way. It's not close, right? Zillow and Trulia are actually one company. Those two combined are by far the biggest real estate website. So that means people go to Zillow looking for homes, looking for agents.
It's a household name.
For homes.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, it's a household name. And so those people who go to Zillow looking for homes, if they want to see a home, they click a little button. I'd like to see this home. That's when it comes to us. So in the Triangle, in Durham in particular, Chapel Hill, Hillsborough, Apex, and Raleigh, of course. Those leads come to our team essentially. Zillow Flex is a little bit of a different angle, and you pay for that. So I started off my career paying $1,000 or $2,000 a month for that. $1,200 a month is where I started. That's a hard check to write when you don't have any money, right? You don't have any money and you don't have any business coming in. So some months is an easy check to write. Too many months is a very hard check to write. So Zillow swapped things around a little bit recently, within the last couple of years. And now you don't pay anything for them. They're still hard. They're hard to get, and we'll explain that in a minute. You don't pay anything for them. You use Zillow Flex. With Zillow Flex leads, you pay just a referral fee if and when you close the deal.
Right. So there's no sort of overhead for just getting a lead into your hands.
No upfront cost, and later on, as we did it more and more. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but I believe our monthly expenditure on Zillow, when it was market-based pricing, was closer to $5,000 a month, maybe.
Yeah, it was. I think the maximum was $6,000.
Right.
And that, if you think a $1,200 check is hard to write, $6,000 is many times harder.
Correct.
5 times harder is by my math.
5 times harder.
5 times harder a check to write. So yeah, that is true, and it kept changing, right? That's one of the problems with market-based pricing before they changed over to Flex, is that you didn't know if you were going to pay. I started out paying something like $50 per lead.
Right.
Now I think it's closer to $1,000 per lead.
Right.
In Zillow, right? So yeah, so it was hard to budget what you were going to spend and how many leads you were going to get, because it was constantly going up. And the more agents got into Zillow and saw how valuable it was, the higher the prices got. So Flex ends all that, which is nice.